me see here. Okay, so I'm trying something new today. I don't know if you guys could hear me or not. The cell phone signal says I'm going live. I'm not sure if I am. Oh, it says I'm live. Hey, pretty cool. Hi, Ivy. All the insomniac people that can't sleep. So I jerry-rigged this really sweet camera I have. It is running through my cell phone and going live. And I don't know if you guys could hear me or not. I'm in the IR, infrared. I think you can hear me. I'm not sure. This is just a test here. I want to make sure this thing works. So it looks like, okay, I can see that my mic is picking up. Yeah. So I guess it's better if I speak to the mic, probably. Yeah. You can hear me pretty good? See, now I know an air conditioner just kicked on. The pool pump is on, so I know there's noises, but only I'm using a camera microphone that cancels noise from behind and from the sides. So when I speak, even if you could hear the other noise, I should overpower that, because this mic, it has like a telephoto zoom coming from the camera straight to me, which is pretty cool. And so I've been like working on this for a couple of weeks, and I'm looking at chat right here, so you guys can chat with me. At least I think I'm still on. Yeah, so this camera, what I did was, there's something down there. Oh, it's a cat. Okay. Scary. Something's bumping me in my own backyard. I'm starting to freak out. So what I did was, get away from me. I came out the HDMI out on the camera and ran a HDMI, short HDMI cable into a dongle that is a video capture device. Little cheap thing. I didn't think it was going to work. It was like, I think, $12 for it. Get away from me. Hey, go. Come on. And then out of the dongle, it goes to USB, and I took a USB cable to USB-C for the cell phone, and then plugged it into the charging port of the cell phone, which acts also as a audio-video feed, and put an app on the phone that is like a, I don't know what you call it, RTMB or something like that. What it does is it connects with YouTube or Twitter or Facebook, or I could go all of them all at the same time, which is kind of cool, straight from my cell phone, off of my cell signal. So I'm looking to what I wanted to do this for is a lot of times we're out in the field and there's things going on, usually in the daytime, and we have cell signal, but only the cell phone's camera is a little dinky lens. It isn't really that great a quality, and so, you know, there's no sense in going live on it and trying to show anything or zoom into anything because the cell phone doesn't have the capability. But if I figured if I could put a quality camera through the cell phone signal and go live, and using the camera instead of the phone cameras, then that changed the whole ballgame. And then I've been playing around with it on a different channel with my grandkids, and I thought, you know, when I was playing around with it yesterday, I realized that this camera has night shot capability, and I didn't know if that worked or not. And plus, I didn't know another, you know, I was using it on I have a test channel where I don't have any subscribers whatsoever, and I test equipment on it all the time and shoot videos, or, you know, do things that I don't really want to clog up my regular YouTube channel with. But I thought, okay, so this test is like a test to see how many, you know, if people show up on the, oh wow, it's 11:11. How about that? 11:11. That's good luck. So, it's saying I have a good signal through my cell. I wonder if that makes a difference. Maybe. I can't see it real good. Could have zoomed in more, I guess. But so then I grabbed my tablet, which y'all can see right here, showing that I'm live, so that that way I could see and make sure that I'm really live and not depend on the actual cell phone mounted onto the top of the camera. How's it going, man? How you doing? 1B Tech. Yeah, so I watched Jeffrey's show. Okay, so that was what I did with the camera. I'll explain it again if more people hop on. I don't plan on being on a long time. I just wanted to test it out and see if I could chat with everybody live through a Canon camera that's going through my cell phone, and the cell phone's going live to YouTube. So I'm not using the cell phone camera, I'm using my Canon camera with night shot and 400 zoom and all this stuff, and I'm using the night shot right now, and I wasn't even sure if the night shot would work. Hey, I dig Daytona. And you know, and then I brought my tablet so I could make sure I'm really live and I could look at the video, but I think there's a 2-minute delay on here. So yeah, so I didn't need any lights or anything. I'm sitting out here by the pool and enjoying it. I'm watching the moon. You want to hear a funny story about the moon? So, the moon. I belong to this group, I can't remember the name of it, but so the guy says that for 12 years he's been sitting in an office and he watches the moon rise from the east. I'm like, yeah, that's where it always rises, all right. But then he went outside, and there was the moon rising from the west. It was over, like, near the horizon of the west. I'm like, yeah, it's getting ready to setting early right now. That's what I'm thinking. But he actually started arguing with everyone. They were telling him, no, the moon's setting early tonight, you know. So the guy thinks the moon changed, like, course and is risen from the west and going to the east. I don't know. No, I think you just gotta crack up at that, you know. So what do we got? Cali Bigfoots, hey. Yeah, so anywhere where there's a cell signal now, night or day, I could go live. And I'm pretty thrilled here about this whole thing with this night vision. And I intentionally waited till the night so that I could try it. And I kind of waited until intentionally way late in the night. Because I didn't know if it was going to work or not, and I didn't want to get everybody all excited and then have it crash on me and leave everybody hanging. So nobody's hanging. It's still going. It says I have a great signal. Wrong channel. Oops. Right on, man. You've been doing some great videos, Daytona. Oh my God, I've been loving them. You've been finding some cool stuff too lately, huh? It's been pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to like comment or anything, but I like everything, and I watch every last minute too. I don't like zip through, you know. I watch the whole thing because I love the sound of the ocean and all that. It's beautiful. I thank you. I think it does look pretty good. I could have zoomed in though a little bit. I'm not sure how it sounds because the mic is attached to the mic's attached to the camera, and I haven't really tried this microphone out. It's a boom mic. I'm not even sure if I could even show it. Like, I guess I could record. I guess I could record on something else and then put a video up of showing how I hook it up, like in case anyone else wants to try this. I could show how to hook it up and what I used and what microphones I'm using in the whole 9 yards. I was going to use the wireless lav mic, but I ran out of places to mount things on the camera. I have the phone mounted on the cold shoe mount, and I have the microphone mounted to another one, and that's all I have at the moment. Great, man. I'm glad. I didn't bring my headphones out. That was or earbuds to listen to even if I had sound. I'm going by the sound meter on the camera. I can see it. It's not spiking or anything. Doesn't look like it's over peaking or anything like that, so looking good there. I saw the one with the lost ring. I saw that where you found it. That was so cool, man. I think that's really cool. Most people probably would have ran off with it, you know, but I think they came and got you, didn't they? They found you and said, hey, could you find this for us, you know? And you found it. Cool. Yeah, Cali. So now, let's go places. You know, yeah, man, I was watching your dad earlier. He told me to watch the show. I usually do anyways. Or listen anyways. A lot of times I'm doing things and I have the phone set to the side and I'm just listening to the show, but where he might have something in his ankle. Oh my God, like I haven't had a rash or anything, but it makes me wonder, do I have anything in me? Oh my God, here we go, huh? Oh, another one? I'll look for it. I noticed you had another video up that I haven't watched yet, but And then I want to say something to Captain Bob. Thank you, Captain Bob, and I hope you enjoy the bell on your trike. And I pray it brings good luck wherever you go. And I would love to see the faces of the children flying the kites and playing with the magnets. You make my heart huge, brother. So I thought I would say that. That is so cool. You're 3 weeks ahead filming? What are you filming? Yeah, that's not a mistake. If that machine picked up something, okay, so how that machine works, when you walk through the door into the scanner part, the door is a metal detector. So the metal detector didn't pick anything up. But when he got in there in the scanner, which is like an x-ray scan, they saw something in there, okay, and something anomalous or something they had to check out. But it was in his skin or under his skin, so they never seen anything, so they let him go. Man, that's interesting. I wouldn't even know where to begin to look on me. I'm gonna have to get a full body scan or something, because I don't know where to look. Yeah, is that me? No, I'm Memorex. No. And I remember that. I remember that, Renee. I remember that weird little critter. That probably is what put that in Jeffrey's leg. I would bet money that if Jeffrey has one, I have one, and probably Robert has one too. You know, I might have it in my head though, like right here. I've been having problems right here in my forehead, and I know they found have a cyst right there. So I'm not sure if that's what it is, or or maybe that caused the cyst. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I mean, my wife is already telling me you should try that metal detector. You know, I use it all the time everywhere else. She's like, how come you're not like whipping it out right now? You know? But I've been pretty busy, so. But I will tomorrow. I'll have her scan me. I'll just lay on the floor, you know, and see if it won't pick something up. I'll lay there in my Hanes all unders, you know, and let her go for it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, the metal detector, yeah. Yeah, so I'm pretty jazzed about this little system right here. Like I could probably zoom it in, or maybe I could move closer. I don't know. I guess I'm far enough away. I'm good, huh? Let me just kick back. Let's see here. Yeah, so the pool pump's pretty loud. You guys aren't hearing the pool pump real loud? These metal detectors, maybe we'll tell your dad to get in his Hanes all unders, and I'll go over and scan him, or I'll loan you guys the metal detectors so that, you know, your mom can scan him in his underwear, because you never know, there might be another one somewhere else. Like in his belly button or something, you know, I don't know. Yeah, like, what is it? Do you have one of those little pinpointer metal detectors? Is that what it is? Or do you have one that's like the little handheld one with the round thing on it they use underwater? I don't know. I'm sitting out here like I can't see anything. It's totally dark. Oh, wow, cool. It's totally dark, so I don't know, you know, like, I'm feeling creepy because one of my jobs a few minutes before I could do this, I had to kill black widows. I went on black widow kill, and I killed like 15 black widows. And the secret to killing black widows is going out at night with a flashlight, and you flashlight them, and they're all just spread out on their webs. They aren't there in the day, but in the night, man, they're all out. And then zapping them with the poison. And no, actually, I'm not scared. I'm sitting right next to my pool. I'm in my backyard, even though it is kind of big. You know what's kind of cool is I could show you guys. I could actually show you guys what I'm looking at. Let's see. Let's see. See, there's the pool. Yeah. And the house is right over there. And then I got a sunshade thing over here. Oops. It killed like every post on the pool. There was a black widow in every one of them. And I killed like all these black widows. Oh my God. Like I was black widow killing everywhere. Oh yeah, and then next to me is a swing set. And then I got the back wall way over there. But yeah, this is there's my grand tour of let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's my tour. I don't know if you could hear me because the microphone is selective. Like it doesn't hear from the sides and the back very well, so maybe you couldn't hear me very good back there. Yeah, my daughter bought the pool a few months ago, and then we upgraded. We didn't like the filter on it, so we upgraded the filter to a sand filter, and it is way nice, man. Way nice. Yeah, I did, man. I was sitting on my bed having something to eat, and I have two hanging lights on either side. You know, I'm like old school bedroom, and I have these lamps that hang, you know, on each side of the bed. And I was sitting there, and I thought something jumped on the bed with me. And I had the door closed. I was like, wait a minute, you know, like I don't see anything. It kind of spooked me a little bit. And then I realized the lamps were swinging, and the bed was still kind of moving. It was the earthquakes, 2 earthquakes. It was pretty cool. Hi, Maria. Wow, really? It's 2.5 hours from your house? Man, could grab my camera and go out there and sit in front of their gate and go live with a night shot. Well, that would be fun, huh? Hey, Nate. How are you, brother? Yeah, I'm with you on the Facebook thing, bro. I don't want to lose my YouTube channel, but I'm gonna start another YouTube channel just to get loud on and let them take it from me and then join the lawsuit, because this is crazy ridiculous what we're going through right now. I mean, absolutely. I don't know why everybody in America is not pissed off and out in the street. You know, we should be not marching like against each other. We should be marching at the governor's house. We should be marching at the mayor's house, the police chief's house, whoever it is that's not doing the will of the people. You know, when you look on the police car, it says protect and serve, right? That's for us. We pay for it. They're not protecting and serving. They're getting reamed. I mean, everybody's getting reamed. They got everybody fighting against everybody. We need to get together on this and fight the right people, because we're fighting the wrong people. tell you that right now. We are fighting the wrong people. We should not be getting mad at each other. We need to be getting mad at the people that are making these stupid decisions and these stupid mandates and these stupid laws. Actually, there's no laws. They can't make a law that overrides our constitutional rights. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say on this one. This is my Squatch zone one, so I'll stay with black widow spiders and night vision and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's totally fake book, man. Totally fake book. So I guess really I could have faked everybody out, right? I could have said I'm deep in the woods. And I could hear a Squatch. There's some Squatch out here. But I'm not. I'm in the city. Doesn't mean there can't be a Squatch out here, though. From what I'm learning about Sasquatch. I learn all the time, more and more stuff. Real raw news. I'll check that out. Yeah, I haven't had time to watch videos or anything for a while now. I've been pretty busy. I've been trying to like get out squatching, but 115, man, it was like 115 degrees 3 days in a row, and it was like 30% humidity. Man, what are you doing? Get out of here. Yeah, there is some wild critters out here though, and I don't know what they're doing, but they are out here. But yeah, I haven't, and then at night, by the time it's, like right now, what is it, 11:32? Let me see here. 11:32, and it's 83 degrees right now. And I mean, it only got up to around close to 100 today, but I mean, it makes it really hard to go do the things I want to do. Plus, I put those videos up of the forest that burned, and this last trip I went on with me and Adolph went out to the north side of the river canyon, and it burned both sides of the river canyon, 165,000 acres. In the video I was saying 650,000, but I read it wrong. That's how much totally burned all throughout the western United States, but it still was the biggest fire at 165,000 acres. It burned every single place I camped growing up. All my favorite deer hunting spots when I was a deer hunter. All my favorite Sasquatching spots. All my camping spots. All my day shootings, to take my guns out and shoot. All those spots. All the swimming hole places, all burned. And some of it was burned so bad that it burned the trees gone. Like all there was holes in the ground where the trees were. It was totally like the moon for miles. And I mean miles and miles. I mean, we drove 15 miles and there was nothing. There was a view that I never saw in my whole life, because usually there was a forest in the way, but I could see everything because there was no forest. It was moonscape, burnt. It was so disheartening. So I'm gonna have to go like more north towards Yosemite and more south towards Sequoia National Park or Kings Canyon National Park. And there's Bigfoot there. I mean, it's not like I haven't went, researching in those areas. They're there. In fact, the last probably 11 or 12 years has all our efforts been actually just outside Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park at the spot, actually where we lost time and possibly have something in us. Yeah, man, the global warming thing's a bunch of crock, I tell you. In reality, we've been global warming since the Ice Age. It started warming up in the Ice Age, and it warmed up until there was no ice covering North America, pretty much. And it's continuing to warm up, and if it was so detrimental, why were the mammoths, the woolly mammoths and stuff, they had grass in their mouth on the tundras or North Pole area, when they'll dig up and they'll find, or Siberia, and they'll find woolly mammoth with grass still in their mouth. I mean, if warmth was, if warmth is so bad, they wouldn't be alive, right? Because of climate. But actually, it's good. It's actually a good thing. I don't know. People get me mad about stuff like that. Like, they show a picture of a polar bear floating on an iceberg, and the polar bear is all skinny and everything, and they start talking about climate change and how it's killing the polar bears. If you research polar bears in the 30s and 40s, right up into the early 50s, they almost hunted the polar bears to extinction. Today, since they decided to make the polar bear protected species and quit hunting them, today there's more polar bears than there was before they started hunting them. So, like, the population of polar bears is huge. It's a lot. It's so much that the Inuits have to check before they go outside and hope that there isn't a polar bear waiting on the other side of their car to eat them before they can get in their car. I mean, there's so many polar bear attacks, it's unreal. I mean, I don't know. This kind of stuff, people hear news bites or sound bites, or read a heading on a news paper article, and they think they know everything, and they don't know anything. All they know is that they think that's true. But if they really research, if you really go and dig a little bit, you'll find out it's all a bunch of malarkey. And it doesn't take long to figure out we're being fed a big old huge lie in everything. Absolutely everything. They haven't told the truth on anything, not one thing. Even the World War II, World War I, the reasons for it, Vietnam, all of it, all lies. All you have to do is check. It's not that hard, really. And it gets me so angry that these people have been in control for thousands of years, and it's time for them to lose control, and we need to take it from them. That's right. I think it's more than that, Nate. I think it's more like 52,000, I think. 52,000. But it really was. It was way down there, like 2,000 polar bears. I mean, they almost went extinct. That's like the mountain lion. They hunted that one almost to extinction. Now they're protected, and now you better watch your butt. where you are, where I am, there's mountain lions all over the freaking place. I've seen them, I've heard them, I've tracked them. When we're out researching Bigfoot, invariably I find a lot of big cat tracks. I don't have wolf or elk over here, but we do have mountain lion. Yeah, you could. You could, Stacy. It's totally. That's where we went. We went up to Jackass Rock. Actually, we went past that. We went up to Granite Creek, one of my favorite places in the world, and it was all burned. Granite Creek was burned, and Granite Creek is the beginning of wilderness. That's miles away from me right now. It's in the middle of freaking nowhere. And it actually was burned as far as the eye could see into the wilderness where there's no roads, and it blew me away on the devastation that fire made. You know, and people say, oh, it'll come back, you know. Not if they don't plant trees, because where it's looking like a moonscape, there is no seeds. There's not even grass seeds. Grass doesn't grow. Nothing grows. It'll all have to be blown in on the wind, or man's going to have to step in and plant a few trees around there to reseed the trees, because it's sterilized. The fire sterilized the ground. It's pretty bad. Yeah, you know, Mark, I've been a computer nerd for ever. Since computers. And when the internet came out, I was all over the internet, and not like this, but researching and libraries. Like one of the first things you could do on the internet was the libraries became accessible. And I started checking out books, ebooks and stuff like that, and researching and reading. And before that, I had already read everything in the library, in the little local libraries, all the books that I was interested in, which would be, the crypto stuff and astronomy and geology, archaeology. History, I'm all into all that stuff, science and stuff, yeah. And then as you read these things from way back, and then you start seeing how they started around the 60s, the late 50s, early 60s, they started changing everything, and they started hiding stuff and doing things, and it got worse and worse and worse, to where the media wasn't. Back in the day, our grandparents trusted, Walter Cronkite and all that stuff. We should have never trusted Walter Cronkite or any of those guys. They've been sold out that long. It's been that long. It's really sad. Howdy, AC. I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope the seeds in the bird poop does. It's vast, though. We're talking miles and miles and miles that they'll have to poop on. And I know it only takes a few trees every 50 yards or so, and slowly but surely that can build a forest. But it sure would be easier if the governments of the state, or the state government, could go in and kind of get that going. And give it a little jump start. And I remember when they used to log all the time. When I was a kid, they would clear cut, but they didn't like totally clear cut. They left a lot of little, you know, little trees all around. There would be little ones, you know, little sprigs of trees. And within 10, 15, 20 years, the forest is growing back. And it looked like they never even touched it, really. And in Oregon, when I lived in Oregon, they would go and replant the trees. They leased the land, so they would replant the trees. So like they would clear cut and replant, clear cut and replant, and then in 20 years they would be back clear cutting where they began clear cutting and replanting, and they could keep doing that in perpetuity and never run out of trees, never ever have forest fires that would, you know, burn the entire tree and everything and sterilize the dirt. It's all about management. I want them to. Flat Rock, I would love for them to do that. I'm gonna go to some of the meetings, to the forestry meetings. I used to fight with them about, I wanted to get a, what they call it, a E dirt bike, electric dirt bike, and not a huge one, you know, just like a little trail bike that runs off batteries. Something I could off-road on, but I could go hiking with everyone. And I never meant to go any faster than how fast everybody could walk. I just wanted to be with everyone hiking because I can't hike. And the forestry fought me and fought me and fought me. And they said it had to be designated a mobility vehicle from the factory or whatever. You know, it's like, I'll just put I have disabled plates on my van and on my other car, so I would just put disabled plates on it, but they don't take plates, right, because they're off-road. But I'm going to go back to the meetings again, and this time I'm going to be out there saying tear the fences down and the gates down that they put up, and because they've been trying to get everybody out of there by putting up gates and fences. I actually believe the fires are to get us out of there. If it's all burned up, nobody's going in there. The whole goal of everything for them is to get us out of the woods. And it's working in California. I mean, they burned it up so bad. But I'm going to be fighting for them to and I'm sure they will, reforest the forest. But I want them to take the gates and the fences down. Yeah. Well, I keep getting the question, are the Bigfoots in the burned out area? A lot of people think they won't go there, and they don't realize that at least in the areas where there's trees, burned trees and tree stumps and stuff like that, all they have to do is sit down or freeze or lay down, and you wouldn't know they're there. You'll think it's a burnt out tree or something. You probably wouldn't even, it wouldn't be on your radar. You know, they could just freeze standing up, you know, as you're scanning all these burned out black trees. You'd never even see them unless they moved. That's right, Flat Rock. That is exactly right. It is. I wonder if I could. Ooh, I can. Right on, Flat Rock. Okay, and Stacy too. Stacy's a moderator. Y'all get your wrenches. I know that's the fact. I know that just from my own experience, that they can hide in plain sight right in front of you. I mean, you could be looking at a forest, and there'll be a tree 10 feet in front of you, and they'll be standing in front of the tree and you can't see them. They'll be between you and that pine tree, and you can't see them until they move. When they move, then you can see them. It's almost like the same thing when you're deer hunting. If there's something to break up your, your silhouette, the deer and the, elk and stuff like that, they can't see you if you're not moving. You can stand there, and as long as they can't smell you or see you, you're invisible to them. As soon as you make a movement that they see, you're busted, they'll run off, right? Same thing with us and Bigfoot. That's how good they are, man. They even can fool us, right? We used to be, or to me, we were the apex predator, but after I saw that 12-foot Bigfoot, then I knew I wasn't the apex predator anymore. I didn't care how big my gun was or how many of them I had on me. That thing was outclassed me 100 zillion times. I never seen anything run that fast, that far, that fast. I never seen anything that graceful, that big, that graceful. I never seen anything that muscular, that big, that graceful, and then find out they're smart too. And I tell you, it upset my whole world. The first time that I seen a Bigfoot, I was, that took me out for a while. I didn't even go to the mountains. I was so scared that I couldn't believe it, Even though it did answer a lot of questions of things that happened to me as I was growing up in the mountains. There are a lot of things that I couldn't explain, and you just write it off as a pine tree fell, or a pine cone fell, or that rock just rolled in the water, or I don't know why I'm running and totally scared, but and then you stop and laugh at yourself because you just ran 300 yards, scared for your life and didn't see a damn thing, but only when I saw the Bigfoot, all those incidents, all of a sudden they were very clear that that is what caused that. Scary. Yeah, exactly. The deer could do it to us too. Hey, Night Rider. Hey, Bobby. I don't know if I have an implant, but I am so. I wish my doctor had an X-ray machine. Only maybe I can tell him I got something. My back hurts or something like that, and I think it's coming from my little toe or something, and get him to do an X-ray. Like it's like hurting from my shoulder to my back on him, and I think it started in my little toe or something, and get him to do a whole scan. I don't know. Yay! I like to give everybody a wrench. Because, you never have a troll problem if you got everybody with a wrench, right? And usually I don't give out the wrenches till I figure out they're not going to be causing trouble on the channel. And most of the people I know anyways. It's just kind of cool. But yeah, so my little test is working. You guys came late to the party, so I'm going to tell you what I did or what I'm doing. I don't even know how long I've been on. It doesn't tell me anything. So I go I get in these places while we're researching, and I have cell phone service, but the camera on the cell phone is not that good. The microphone is definitely not that good. So I wanted to go live with my phone, or I wanted to go live, but I didn't want to go live with my cell phone, like trying to zoom in on a hillside, or sit in the dark like I am right now with the infrared, which my camera doesn't even have, or the phone doesn't have it. So I came up with this plan of coming out of the HDMI out on the camera, running that into a dongle that is a video capture device, just a little dongle. So I run that in there, and then that changes the video audio to like capture it where other devices can decipher or read the code, the code language, and then it comes out of that dongle, that capture device, as USB. So I got the USB to the USB-C, the phone USB that you use to charge your phone, which also you can run audio and video into, and they call it a lightning cable. So what I do is I did that, okay, and then I ran that from the HDMI to the dongle, from the dongle to the phone, and then I put an app, a free app. That's the only, I think I got maybe $30 at the most in this setup, even with the little cell phone mount with a cold shoe mount that mounts right on the camera, so everything's all mounted right on the camera. And now I can turn that on and I could go live with the real expensive camera, with the real expensive microphone, and I could do it at night with IR, or I could do it in the day. I could use 400 zoom. I can, everything the phone can't do, right? And I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I just didn't know if there was a way to do it. And I fooled around, and I came up with this little rig, and it works. And tonight was my first test on a channel with people, because that was the next thing, was would I be able to go live and stay live in the IR, because I hadn't tried it in IR yet, and also be able to chat with everybody on my tablet. So, and I also could see that I'm live on my I can look at myself on the tablet. There's a delay, but I can look at it. So I'm running my camera through my phone, through cell towers to YouTube, and going live. No Wi-Fi needed, even though you could do that too. Yeah, in 50 minutes so far, and I haven't had really a hiccup on the thing, huh? Yeah, I was actually gonna try and tell everybody I was gonna go live, you know, like for all you insomniacs out there that stay up late like me, real late, and you wanted to chat for a little while and test this thing out. Only it told me on my tablet I couldn't go to the community chat tab, because I don't know why. It told me that it wasn't available. You know, I had to do it on a computer. I was thinking, what? A computer? Not everybody carries their computer around in their pocket. You know, but it did say on some cell phones it might work, but my cell phone's on the camera. Yeah. Oh man, I'm so bad. So is my wife. We don't really go to sleep till, 3 o'clock our time. And I usually get up early. Like, I only sleep a couple hours, 2 or 3, maybe 4 at the most. And that's my usual night for me because of this disease I have. But she doesn't, like, she sleeps in till noon, 1. I'm up at 8:30. 8 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. And if she doesn't get her full 8 hours, you don't really want to be around her anyways, you know. She's probably listening to me. I'll probably get brained with some kind of frying pan or something tonight when I'm not looking. Jeff, he lives on the West Coast. Yeah. I'm going to be interested to see what it is that, if they find anything in his leg. I know a veterinarian that he right down the street from me, he actually owns it used to be a dog hospital in one of the oldest buildings of this little town. It's one of the first buildings of the town. And then he moved down the street and he had a new building built, and he moved his pet hospital over there, and he uses the old building as a kennel. Like when you go out of town, you want to keep your dog there for, you know, a few days, a week, whatever, overnight. And it's haunted. And he's been trying to get me to go over there and investigate his kennel. Maybe I'll do that, you know. Maybe I could maybe some of us, you know, that live around me, maybe we could get together and do a little ghost hunt at the veterinary, the dog kennel thing, for the fun of it, you know. I know he'll get a thrill out of it, you know. And I'll be able to go live, you know, with this camera right here in IR, in the dark. You know, we could scare everybody and us. It would be so fun. The QR chip, I'm not sure. It's just a little dongle. It's a video capture device that goes from, it takes a HDMI on one end, and it comes out USB 3, and it'll work on any, like if you have a Sony cam, handy cam, anything like that, you can come out of there's like a mini HDMI port on your camera. You can come out of that port into that dongle. In fact, I'll put links to everything under this video. When I'm done, I'll go in and I'll put links to everything I bought, and then I'll share some pictures of what it looks like, you know. And that way, like, if you guys, I know you're back there in Oklahoma, Arkansas, all these places, and you're Bigfoot researching yourselves, and you want to go, instead of recording everything and then going back and running it through an editor and doing all that kind of thing, you could just, if you have a cell signal, you can just run it right through your cell phone and go for it right there, and share everything you're seeing right now. You know, I like that part. But I will. I'll put some links on everything I bought, and maybe I'll put I can put some pictures in that place where you can post on YouTube. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I can't access it with this, but my computer I can. Oh, the chips they're putting in people. You know that a lot of people think that they have to give you a shot to put a chip in you. Nowadays, they can spray it right out of an airplane, and we can breathe it in, or it can go through our skin. And they've been doing that for a long time, and that's what 5G and all that stuff's about. Can you imagine if you were taking in these little bots, you know, nanobots or whatever they call them, and they get all in your system, and they turn 5G on like a magnet. You know, have you ever put sand on a paper, that black sand, iron ore, whatever they call it, iron oxide, whatever, and you put the magnet on it, and then it makes all these weird designs and everything, and you can move the magnet around and do stuff to it. Well, just imagine all that stuff inside your body, and then they turn on 5G and run it through you. What does it do to your brain and all that? Like, have they figured out how to get everybody pissed off? Or I heard they can run the gamut of the emotions. Like, I read this like 10 years ago, that they can run everybody through, like they can make everybody sad, everybody glad, everybody happy, everybody mad. And I'm starting to wonder if they don't use that, like when they're wanting to get people riled up, they'll use the news and get everybody riled up, but then they'll also be using the Wi-Fi or the cell frequencies to hit that pattern or whatever that gets everybody pissed off, and then they start, you know, burning up cars and looting stores and all this other stupid stuff. Yeah. Ooh, and Pismo, that would be fun. In Rachel, Nevada, that would be kind of fun. I wanna interview you, Stacy. Like one of these days, now. This is something else I'm working on. Okay. I'm working. My graphics card. I have this really killer graphics card, the RTX. It's the 2070. I wish it was the 2080. I wish it was the 3080, but or 3060, whatever. But it has the RTX in it, RTX tracing, and I'm working with OBS Studio because I don't have a place to go live in my house at the moment. We're packed full of people and stuff. I mean, little pathways, you know, and and there's grandkids running around. And you know, when you get a break from the grandkids and they go see their dad, you really don't. By that time, you're frazzled and you're ready to like take a couple days break, and you're not wanting to set up all this stuff and then take it all down. So I'm working on this thing now where I could go live in the smallest of space and put any background I want. Like I'd have drone video flying behind me or whatever, and I could interview Stacy and Sandra. What happened to you guys out there on the Area 51 thing where the UFO is flying next to your car and stuff? I really want to talk to you guys. And then I was just talking to Steve Pierce yesterday and today, and I guess he wasn't going to go to the next UFO thing, but he decided he's going to go. They already bought his plane tickets and stuff, but he wanted to hang out with me online, you know, and give his real side of the story of his experience in 1975 and beyond. And I told him, sure, man, you know what, you could do whatever you want, you can say whatever you want. I'll just sit back and be quiet and let him tell his story. Yeah, I think it's an interesting one, and a lot of people don't let him. They fight with him and argue with him and tell him that he's a liar. He doesn't know, he made up stuff, and he didn't. You know, everybody has to realize that these little critters can reprogram your mind, and maybe even the Sasquatch can. Now that we're finding out that Jeff has like something in his leg, plus the time, I should run that video, or edit out some and put this video on of when the Bigfoot took a cup of a drink from Starbucks right off the truck, and I never left the truck. I was right there, and it took off with this drink and left it 175 yards down the road, in the middle of the road, so that we would find it on the way out with fingerprints on it. So they can put things in your mind just like the Bigfoot can stand right in front of you and you can't see it. So there's 5 guys in that truck. It could be there's 5 different stories that was put in their brain. Yeah, they took them all down. That sucks. I don't even have one up there. I gotta go put one now, just so I can say I have one up there. Yeah. Well, I don't know how long I can go like this. It says I have... It says I have like 26 minutes left on the camera. I don't know how much left on the phone. I can't see that. But I'm pretty jazzed about this. It's went beyond my expectations. And then the shotgun mic, I didn't think it was gonna work. I thought I was gonna have to get a microphone. See, this camera has XLR inputs on the camera with phantom power. So because some microphones you need phantom power for, this camera has phantom power. So I can run, like the microphone I have in there right now takes phantom power, or I can put a AAA battery in it and run it on any other camera that doesn't have phantom power. But I rather run phantom power because it's way sweeter, cleaner, less noisy and all that. I didn't think that this microphone was gonna be good enough tonight, but you guys are telling me it sounds great, so. Actually, AC, my buddy BZ, I go on his show all the time. He has some 3rd gen night vision goggles. I don't think we can see anything in the daytime just because the sun and everything, making it hard to see past the end of the atmosphere into the the space. But at night, it doesn't matter what day, hour, or anything. Like Stacy might remember when we were at Sacramento, and remember Ed Grimsley, and he brought out all those 3rd generation night vision goggles, and we were all standing in the parking lot of the hotel looking up there, and we were actually watching UFOs battle, shoot at each other. It was amazing. Oh my God, so anytime at night, if you have the right equipment, you can see them anytime, right? Anytime. And I'm not talking about IR, and I'm not talking about with your bare eyes. I'm talking about those night vision goggles. They're a little bit expensive. I don't have any. I wish I did. And I was talking to BZ about how he could hook up a GoPro onto his night vision goggles and actually record what he's seeing at night. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about it now. I want to get another cold shoe mount somehow and mount it on to what I have the camera mounted on, and off to the side have another cold shoe mount, and I have an IR light that lights up more area, so that way, like when I panned around, you could have seen really good, you know, if I would have had that on there. But yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about it. And then I'm pretty jazzed about getting the studio thing set up. That way I could go live on that, and I could share things, you know, that I want to share, and also have people call in or Skype in or whatever, and we can talk about stuff. And I mean, I don't mean like interviewing people. That's cool and everything. I mean, like, come and hang out with me and chat, and we'll share stuff, like, just for the fun of it, and just to do it. For the times when I can't get out in the field when it's 115, you know, about to kill somebody. Wow, it's like early in the morning over there, like 3 in the morning, huh? Daytona. Bet the ocean's sounding pretty good at 3 in the morning over there. It's like 12:15 here. Total insomniac theater. So really, let's see, 53 minutes on the camera, 22% on the phone. Yeah, it's like about, so it looks like I have like an hour. Looks like I have like an hour about of power. So I could go live for about an hour. And I don't really want to take everything all the way down to 0. It's not good for the batteries. I can hear a cop. I think it's a cop. I'm not sure if you guys could hear that or not. It depends on how it's hitting the microphone. There's a Bigfoot going east on 1st Street. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so let me see here. Can you see? I'm ghost hunting. Yeah. Ooh. Oh my goodness, that was too fun. This is really fun, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will do this more in the night thing. Maybe again tomorrow night, because it's actually nice out here right now. It's let me see, 80 degrees now. It went down 3 degrees. So I'm now that I know that it'll work on the IR and I don't have to have lights and all this other crap, I could just set up and go. I love that. I don't think they would, AC. I think they're actually protectors of the forest, kinda, you know, because it's their home. But if there's a fire, they're underground. They live underground. I've researched all the tribes, and like some people, they can name off all the names that the tribes give them and stuff, you know, Stickman and blah 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 blah. I never really pay attention to that. I pay attention to similarities in the story, because their names aren't similar at all, except for like most of them are negative. The Native Americans were afraid of them and respected them from that fear, okay, through fear. Not because they were friends. not because they were friends. Most of the time they were teaching their kids not to go outside at night. Don't follow whistles or anything calling your name into the woods, even in the daytime. And I mean, they respected them because people would not come back, and they love to take kids and stuff like that. So I don't think they would burn the forest. I don't think they would do that, because that just makes it harder for them to eat and stuff like that. But it's not going to make them run away either. It's actually going to make it easier for them to hunt and stuff like that. It really will. And the little animals will be coming back. They're already coming back. We were over there and there was ground squirrels and chipmunks and birds all over the place. But I didn't see any deer. That was the only thing. And they probably could teleport too, yeah. Yeah, they could probably be right there in that forest in a different dimension and watch the whole thing. Isn't that an interesting concept, being in a dimension where you can see this dimension and watch the whole thing burn up, but the fire doesn't hurt you. That's why you can see UFOs flying into the sun. They're in a different dimension, so the heat and everything that's in this dimension, but the cameras they're using can see in the other light frequency, so you can see them. It's totally a trippy thing to think about, right? Like, just to contemplate on. I love to contemplate on those things. That's exactly what I found. Flat Rock is like, my tribe's the Cherokee tribe, but only I worked with all the tribes up and down in California. Everyone is the same, right? Everyone says the same thing, pretty much. Some of the tribes, I think your tribe, had a war with them. It's either the Creek or the Blackfoot. I can't remember, but they had a war with them, and so did the Miwoks out here had a war with them. So I mean, they weren't good at all. Okay, now I'm getting a battery. Well, you guys, I'm gonna have to call it. It was so fun, man. Let's do it again tomorrow. Want to do it again tomorrow? We'll do it again tomorrow. Alright, guys. It says my phone's going to shut off. My phone ran out first, of course. Everything else lived except the phone. And there's no way I can put it like a UBS, one of those extra battery packs, because I'm running through where you charge your phone at, so I don't have any way to charge it at all, except for turn it off and charge it. So thanks for joining me. I love all of you. I'm praying for you guys all the time. I want you to know that every single day I pray for my YouTube family and all the people that just tune in. I pray for every one of you that you be blessed beyond measure in every area of your life. Health, wealth, you name it, where every area, be blessed in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you guys for showing up and sitting this test with me. Okay.